Yeah, guys, how's it going? I'm just getting my account together here, my Apex account. I got an email that I passed the eval account, and yeah, so I need to actually connect with that. Oh shit. My account requires two-factor authentication now. Oh, okay, I got you. I think it was a little far for me. Is that better? Oh, my mic's not working at all. Alright, let's see what's going on here. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, it is. Okay. No, that's working now. It was working. Barely can hear you. Um, Better? I think this should be better. It's this mic, dude. I have to figure out what's going on with this mic. Yo, there's so much red right now. If my account was good, I'd be buying right now. Still. Let me see if I can. Alright. That. I'm just worried that, I'm worried that it's going to start getting a lot of feedback. That's my main concern. A bit more. How's that? That's totally unsuppressed in OBS. And I turned up the gain on the other thing. Alright. I have to set up a two-factor authentication now. Now that I'm like doing it. Alright. So I have to go to signatures. Oh no, where am I? Okay. I can do a little bit more, like on the actual mic. But at a certain point, you're gonna start hearing like white noise and static. I can already see, like, I can see it recording in OBS, right? And there is like this much volume that's like constantly bouncing that's not going away. So it is still. Dude, I want to buy so bad. Dude, this is like a buy situation right here. Actually, yeah, okay. This really looks like a spot, but I gotta get my account set up. Let me do this. Signatures. I am currently reading just the conditions here. There's a lot. uh, Wait, yo, Jason, do you know what kind of account I'm supposed to get? Like, membership type? Just the 1 month, the account monthly fee, right? Yeah, dude, I got an email. I'm moving on to my PA account. It's just performance account, PF account. Yeah. So I just signed. I already passed the eval. Yeah, I got the email last night, yep. So, well, there's a spot now where I pick like membership type. Like, I'm gonna show you real quick. Just this. See this thing? So, this is saying like to pick it. Like this, the link doesn't say which type of account. Okay. Also, do you know, is there like a code right now? I don't know if there's like, I think they have sales all the time, but I don't know about them. But if they do, then I think it would be cool to use one. Or is this, it's like a monthly fee and then you have to pay for accounts? How does this actually work? We're missing out on so much good trading right now. Alright, no code for PA. Okay. I'm gonna just do it then. $100 a month is where this is at right now. That's what it's saying. Alright, so I filled that in. Now, my certificate. Where's my certificate? Oh, this certificate is There's no reason to like. I don't care about this. Okay, I just need to have my account set up. Okay, I need to get an email. I got the subscription canceled email. Trativate account is in the process. It'll be open in 48 hours or less? Dude, how am I supposed to buy the dip? Sure do feel good about that. Oh, it's ready. That was fast. Oh, it says I need to log out. It looks ready. Wait, so it's telling me to log out. What did you do? Did you literally just close and reopen, or do you have to go into connections, configure a new connection, and then change like the username and password here? Okay, yeah. Actually, I see that now too. We're gonna... Oh, do I even need to... I can just do this, right? I don't even need to close everything. No. Why didn't that work? Yeah, I gotcha. But this is not the right account here now. It says log out and restart trading platform. Yeah. Here, you see my little search bar I got going? Account should start with PA. Nope, same account. Yeah. Let's. There's a couple things I still need to finish. I can show you what's going on. The issue was for the log and stuff. It was just so minimal, and then it got expanded into a lot. But this is still not my account. Ugh. I'm still just like reading this, trying to figure out this. No way my password like changed or something, right? Like it still shows the same username. Huh. Do I have to change? No, my username should be the same, dude. Oh. Is it live? Is that it? Do I need to change that part? Okay. Disconnect. Simulation. Okay, but here's the thing. If I change that to live, it connected, but if I change it to simulation, it's just not ready yet. Okay. We're going to just watch the market. Oh my gosh, I'm on two 15-minute graphs here, dude. Look at all that value. Let me in. Dude, I just wanna... Yo, you know something cool, actually? While we sit here and wait, we can talk about this. I collected this yesterday. It's kind of hard to see. It's a baggie with seeds in it. So those seeds actually are lettuce seeds. Normally when people think of lettuce, they're just thinking of like the leaves, right? But that's the part you eat. But the part that actually reproduces are like the seeds that regrow and the flowers. Lettuce actually has flowers. So I have some lettuce outside that I was growing. Once it was done, I stopped harvesting it and let it continue growing. And then it got all these flowers on the top. Kind of like, they have fluff on them like a dandelion. Just pulled those off, and then you get all these little lettuce seeds. So I should be able to replant more plants than I had planted this year from the amount of seeds I got from one plant. Farming is so good, dude. Ugh. Alright, as soon as I connect, I'm instantly buying or... Oh, we're selling immediately. Alright, this is the real deal now. Now I really have to do stuff. Okay, actually though. Why? I know the consistency rules where you have to, like, the goal is, you know, to make a certain amount of money. It can't be, like, one day can't be more than a certain percentage of all your other days or whatever. Yeah, the consistency rule. But if you just make $700 a day, it doesn't matter, right? If you make the same amount every day. But yeah, making a lot can hurt you if you can't make that much again in the time you want to get paid out. Consistency rule, and then no? What are you saying? If you make more than that, do they get upset anyways? Alright, you'll have to explain that one to me. Yeah. Alrighty. Oh shit.
Order filled.
Oh my god, this is one of those things where I'm gonna get fucked by the actual just like... will try to keep it at 700 or less or whatever, just for you. Gotta see what happens though.
Stop filled.
$8. I couldn't tell if that one was going to keep going up or down here. I think obviously in the short term it feels like it's going to go back up. Oh, wow. Okay. Man. Now that I can't make as much as I wanted to, I gotta sit here and do nothing. I gotta look at some other time scales real quick. Alright, I'm gonna buy.
Order filled.
If it if it goes down, we're buying more. If it goes up, we just sell.
Order filled. Order filled.
Yo, Mr. Burp, what's up? Just started up my performance account. Yesterday was pretty good. Actually, I also just saw you left a comment with a video. I was meaning to check that out later. It had to do with like volume indicators or value area, like fair value gap stuff, I'm pretty sure. At least that's what it looked like from a quick cursory glance, but coming in with the good resources again. Right here, I'm just stacking up some orders.
Order filled.
Oh, maybe. No, I mean I just kind of like clicked on it. So eval is like the initial one that, you know, they evaluate whether or not you even are eligible for a performance account. I think performance account is when you can like start getting paid out, but you're not necessarily trading with real money yet. And then after like a long enough time with that, that's when you would go to like a live account where you're actually using the funds from the firm. But yes, right now it's like mostly just testing.
Order filled.
Oh yeah. Yeah, actually yesterday I passed by a lot. I made like 5K in trades yesterday on that account. Yeah. Yeah, I learned a bit more about like being able, like right here, as it's going down, I was actually adding on to my buy, where previously I was always like trying to exit. Um, I actually don't know. I have to look at that. Definitely need to look at that. Um, I'm not entirely sure, but I'm just sitting here right now with like a long waiting. This trade is pretty decent. I actually, if I close right now, I'm not allowed to trade anymore for the day. It's supposed to end at 700. Um, but I might. Okay, we're just gonna move it up to here, and then it's just we're gonna exit and be done for the day.
Stop filled.
Boom. All right. Oh, it was 878. So we can do some research there. No. Okay, so the rule for them, it's like a consistency rule. So like one single day can't be so much more than all of your other days. So I was just like guidance from friends saying like, oh, don't go over like $500, $700, $400 a day, because like you have to trade for still like 7 or 8 days. You have to have at least that many number of trading days. So you can't just get lucky on one day. Exactly. Yeah. So for the performance accounts, you have to actually follow the consistency rules. There's no consistency rules for their evaluation accounts, it looks like. So I'm using Apex. Here's some of their rules right here. Specific consistency rules, and then if you don't listen to them, then yeah, you don't get paid out. And I've heard a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, but you know, there's stories of people who are like, oh, I didn't get paid out. But it's because they literally just went all in on one trade. They're like, I made so much. Yeah, actually, I don't know what my target is. Good luck, yeah. Oh, okay. Dude, I kind of want to just trade more, but it's going to mess up my account, but I can see where it's going. And it's going... I think it's going to go up for a little bit. So what I was just doing here during this whole point from like 10:08 to 10:14, I really thought it was going to go up. And what I learned yesterday was like if I hit a buy market for a number of shares or whatever, it will buy. And if it drops, I can continue buying and adding on to that. So like previously I had thought, oh, I have to close that position fully. But now that I can actually continue adding on, if I have a region where I'm like pretty confident it's going to go one direction, instead of moving my stop loss all around like crazy, I just keep buying or selling if the price goes in that one direction. And of course, if it does go that way, it's like a huge loss. But that's why I'm saying I wouldn't do it where I'm not confident, or at least like I'd say like 75% confident. Maybe 80 or 90% actually, because when you win so much that you don't need to be doing it too often. But I don't know. We'll see. I also, instead of just buying as it dipped, doubled the amount I was buying every time. You can see in the numbers a little bit maybe. If I zoom in maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I went 1, 2, 4, 8 when I bought. Actually, and then I went like 15 or something after that. I did 12. But yeah, I scaled it. So the further it went down, the more I bought, so that by the end, when it goes up, even if it went up just a little bit, everything I had bought previously is all covered. So you saw like, I bought up here, and I sold up there, right? But I still almost made like $1,000 because just the amount that I bought there was so small compared to the amount that I bought down here. And that's like the basics for my crypto trading that I do. And I usually do that just on the downside because I just do it for Bitcoin, and I fully believe Bitcoin's going to continue going up always, like in the longest run. So that's how I invest that one. I am going to quickly make a post. I don't know how much my keyboard picks up. I think it picks up a lot based off of like the volume values I'm seeing in OBS going back and forth. But without it like right here, I mean you guys can't see it, but it's literally right here. And the gain is how it is. Apparently I'm very quiet. So I mean I could mute while I type, but I don't know how annoying the keyboard sounds are, if that makes any sense. Alright, I just posted a little new post on WSOP trading or prop trading. I want to trade more so bad. I need to just make other accounts, I think. Oh. Oof. This looks like it's about to dip shortly. And then maybe push back up. Look at that. Look at that candle on the 60-minute. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, I don't actually think it's going to dip more there. But... oh, look at those wicks, man. Yeah, I think it might a little bit, but overall, like, the daily's kind of those cross. Probably be chilling right around that. I feel like it's gonna get choppy for like tomorrow, or not tomorrow. Tomorrow's the weekend. Hmm. So it's created a couple regions here. Yeah, it feels like in the short term it's gonna do quick boom, and then boom. It's like I'm looking over here. This was like retesting down to here. It probably won't go lower than that. Unless... yeah. Actually, looking at the daily, I feel like it's a little harder for me to tell now. Dude, I need to make these things different colors. Oh my god. All right. Look, it did go into a little bit, but it didn't get all the way down. But yeah, now I think I would just keep buying down here for it to go up. Hmm. Ugh. Probably gonna end the stream a little early today, like 10:45. Again, if I'm just sitting here doing nothing, like I want to work on programming stuff to get this stuff moving forward. So I was thinking a bit and looking a bit into the automated strategies for NinjaScript. Um, Feeling good about that. Definitely feeling good about that. I just want to keep at my current strategy and refine it so that I can implement that fully. But yeah, I got some stuff I want to clean up a bit, code-wise. Plan on making like an intro video for this channel maybe today, and then at some point I need to make like a tutorial video. Like I'm gonna make the framework for one of these indicators or a bot, make a tutorial for that, and then like go over why I thought about it or my thought process through the whole thing, and explaining it, and then being able to reference like, oh hey, yeah, and then check out this tutorial for more in-depth explanations on that. So that's the upcoming roadmap for my channel. Yo, it's going up. Yeah, upcoming roadmap. So we'll see where that goes. Just watching this bar right now, seeing what's happening. Yeah, I'm looking at this 60-minute. This thing right here, these huge movements, like boom, boom, boom. That's what I'm looking at, really, to instill some confidence in at least a shorter term. Oh. Alright, actually, yeah, I think I'm gonna end it now. Sorry it's a short stream today, guys, but I'm just gonna sit here for another like 30 minutes staring at the screen in an attempt to be disciplined. So I think it would be better if I just close this and don't even be tempted to trade. I mean, I could stream some programming, but the programming I want to stream is not trading related. I don't know. I'll work on it over here while the market moves, so I'll just keep watching that. I think it's getting there. I think it's getting rules based enough. Um, it's kind of what I'm trying to do now. Like, be really like aware of why I'm making the decisions and what I'm basing that off of, so that I can actually try to quantify these values and variables, or like define them and understand how to input them into an equation. Because it is very much going to be equation based. You know, it's all math when you're programming. So there's no feeling. I mean, even humans, feeling is just like an abstract concept. I guess technically, in a way, all of the AI also feel. Um, where it's just so many inputs coming in that you can't just like discern one thing to be like, oh yes, this is that or this is this. It's like so much stuff that in general the feeling is boom. Yeah. Yeah. Um, I've done some automation in the past. Like I said, I think I mentioned previously, uh, for Bitcoin. When I did that, the math that I did behind it, I made it so that it was losing minimal. Um, so it was doing really small trades. It was just doing so many. But the cool thing actually about crypto, a lot of the exchanges, when you're trading those, um, the fees scale based off of the volume you're trading. So the more you trade, the less you pay in fees. And if you're a market maker versus a taker, so like a maker would be someone who's setting like their limit orders and they wait, you know, they're making the market structure basically. And takers would be someone who sees those limits already there and they're like, okay, yeah, I'll take that. Oh, I'll buy that one. I'll buy that one. So if you're a maker on those crypto exchanges like Coinbase, your fees can literally go to 0% and you no longer pay fees if you trade enough volume. So they do it based off of like the monetary value of the volume you're trading. So like maybe you have to trade like $10 million worth of assets in a month to reduce your fees by a certain percentage. But the thing is, if you trade, say, okay, one Bitcoin is 100-ish thousand dollars. Now, I'm not saying people are going to just be able to buy and sell that, right? But if you did, or even if you bought half a Bitcoin, $50,000, and again, that's still a lot of money to work with, but if you bought that and then, sorry, sell it right away for 5 cents profit, you just traded over $100,000 worth of volume. So you could do that at the same price level very rapidly with program and increase the amount you've traded for the month up to whatever level you need while losing minimal, and then you get to the point where you no longer pay fees. So I think for Coinbase it was like $100 million per month, which seems like a lot, but if you get to the point where you're actually like having trades go off every second or every few seconds or something, it can add up. Like when I did it, I ended up, it was doing thousands and thousands of trades constantly. And so I actually had to write my own software at the time. This was in like 2020 or 2021 or whatever, to do my taxes. I had so many, and the exchanges, the regulations around them, and what they have to do for the taxes was not um, as, you know, progressive as now. There weren't as many rules. The exchanges didn't have to give you tax information. So for every single one of my trades, I had to get that information, calculate like the gain or loss and the investment, and fill out the IRS documentation, the PDFs. So I made a program that literally got all my trades, figured out my gains and losses across all of them, and inserted them all into a PDF, filled it out, signed it, and then I had a packet ready for the IRS that was like also thousands of pages. um, So yeah, when I automate, I mean, this is going all the way back to your thing. When I automated, um, it was good, but it was definitely a different strategy than I do manually because the rate at which it can trade. So when I'm manually trading and making those decisions in real time, I'm trading slower, but I'm thinking about things that might not even be programmed into an automated system. Like I might have the news open on the other screen or something. I'm like, oh shoot, breaking news, that's going to make this change. Or I'm watching another market, and that might not be something I had implemented. Like I never had my crypto bots looking at anything besides Bitcoin when they were trading. Where if you're doing MNQ, we could potentially be following NQ or some other larger subsets and actually be evaluating those in real time automatically in the back end and then making trades based off of that. So there's a lot that I'm going to try to work with and figure out in order to actually get the automation looking good. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Hopefully that answered that, but also hopefully it wasn't too long-winded. I kind of got into a little rant about the automation. I just don't get to talk to many people about this, and I really do like the programming part of it. Yeah, honestly, Mr. Burp, I think the truth behind some of this maybe is something you might be able to like agree with or confirm, or maybe you have a different experience, but um, if it's successful, then they don't need to figure out other forms of revenue per se, if it's like their main time job. So they don't need to try to create a stream or channel to teach people and share their ideas because that's like maybe their form. And now I know me saying that could make you like instantly think and be like, well, what are we doing here? Um, Maybe they're doing what I'm doing, which is I my job was something I did not want to keep doing for the rest of my life, and this is something that I can see as a solution where I can work on this to a point where it's semi-automated or automated enough where I can free myself from those types of office jobs I don't want. Yeah, they say it's not possible because their imagination is limited and they're stuck on Reddit. Mr. Burp, I don't go on Reddit anymore, and I'm not saying you need to stop. There's definitely helpful resources out there, but just a way to think about it when you're on there. If you were to take the entire population of the world and you were like, you know what? I'm right in the middle. I'm average. 50% of the people are going to be below your capabilities and ability to think and discuss and actually figure out these problems. And instead, they're going to just argue with you or tell you you're wrong. I had someone the other day in the Discord tell me that if something isn't invented yet, it means it wasn't wanted. Which, like, logically doesn't even make sense because someone might want something and then they have to go and invent it. And that's like the whole reason they get invented is because they want it in the first place. So they go and try to figure it out. But yeah, so you have like half of the people just their logic is actually like completely reversed. So when it comes to like a lot of that stuff, it's really Exactly. Exactly. Um, but yeah. So, I mean, that's actually part of the reason we were working on that one website I mentioned a couple times, WSO prop trading. Because the idea is like, it's going to be a spot for people who actually know what they're talking about. And upvoting and downvoting is actually reputation based. So, like, if someone posts bad information and they get downvoted, then their like reputation on the site goes down. Uh, versus like someone just getting downvotes on a post and then that being like ignored by everyone because it's just opinion based. We're trying to make it a bit more rigid in terms of if people are spreading fake information or stuff that doesn't make sense, let's correct that. But yeah, dude, you know, when I was a kid and I was like first learning chemistry, I learned about hydrogen and oxygen and water, and I was like, so you're telling me hydrogen burns and oxygen burns and it turns into water. So I was like, if we can just figure out a way to split that apart, you could probably make an engine that runs on that. And there were so many people who were like, no, that's dumb. But there were also already people in that period of time trying to make a water powered engine. And now there's water powered engines coming out. So just like a difference in maybe like imagination or ability to like dream about the future and like further it. So you're like, oh yeah, we can get to an engine. Some people might just stop at like a regular gas powered engine, but then other people might be like, well, how do we get further? So there's people on Reddit, they're just like limiting themselves. It's possible to do automated testing, 100%. I mean trading. I said testing, trading. Um, you really think all those hedge funds are doing 100% manual trading? They're not. Actually, what would be a really smart idea? I think we could do this. Okay, Mr. Burke, this is our plan here. We're going to make automated programming and trading that works, right? And it'll work. But it'll work for like 80% of the people. Because we get like groups of people doing this. At first, you get it to work, and then it starts building patterns in the market as you get more and more people following the same strategy. And they're basically bots now trading a strategy that you want them to trade. And then you make a strategy that profits off of that strategy. So you know that they're always trading like swing reversals or they're following the trend. And then you make a strategy that profits off of people who do that strategy. That's only like that's another spot where I feel like maybe those strategies people are putting out there might be legit in a sense that they're trying to do that. Because I've thought about that too. The other day when I was talking about manipulating the market in those video games, part of that is making clans or groups, guilds, whatever, chats, where you have bots talking about items to sell or buy, and you're like, oh guys, we're all going to buy this, we're all going to sell that. And then the random people who are listening, as if like, they're just like lurkers on Reddit, they're like, oh, this looks like a good opportunity. And then they're buying and selling that thing. And even if they're making money, like half of them might make money because they're like buying and selling it, the other half might be buying and selling it to the other half of that group. They're keeping that item moving in the market. And you can go off the bigger and lower, like the higher and lower swings that are a result of that. Does that make any sense? It's actually like it will happen. Like there's no way it won't happen. If enough people are buying high and selling low in like a very abstract general sense, it would start creating either huge value gaps where people are trying to guess the next highs and lows and it would make the market just shoot up and down, or it would create some trends that are a bit more predictable if you knew how people were going to be trading. Like if you know people are just following the trends, then when the trend reverses, you can expect a lot of activity, and then you just have to do the inverse. And then all that activity becomes yours. I mean, this is like theoretical high level right now. To actually get down in the nitty gritty and talk about the math behind it, I'd have to think for a bit. But yeah, it's like any process in the world or in reality at all. Like, people learn how to do something, everyone starts doing it. It has unexpected or unforeseen impacts on the rest of the system that it exists in. Like, farmers, when America was first getting established, they all start clear cutting all the trees and all the grass because they're like, yo, guys, look, this is the best way. You can farm so much corn. Everyone gets corn. So then everyone starts doing this, growing corn. And now all the root systems from all the plants are gone. No more water goes into the ground. All the ground starts to dry up, and you get a dust bowl. And it's like, oh my god, everyone's performance is now going down because everyone tried to do this same thing. It might. Where's your marker at? What price point do you have it at? It is. It's going. It's going. 23375. 23375 though. That's like here. So maybe like here. I think that's very possible. Like, if you were looking at this, even like, it might be doing a little quick reversal, but this little type of dip here, that candle's pushing down. And looking at this, there was already some testing of that. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. Like, it would just be a quick retest of the trend line, and then potentially going up after that. I don't really see it going down too crazy though, because like, I mean, there is space down there, but it's been, pushing up. That dip. Crazy. Maybe it'll dip like that, and then you can just hold it. Go down $10,000. Nice, that's cool. It's pretty good. 60%. Before this, like the past couple weeks, I literally never did any sort of shorting. It was only ever buying with the idea that I would, sell it high. Always limits, because I was explaining how the fees work on the exchanges. So it was always just limit orders, making those, and then just like waiting it out. Oh, all right, Mr. Burp. I hope for your sake keeps going down. I think I could retest that. But I'm gonna actually head out for now. I got some, like I was saying earlier, I got some stuff I want to work on. Uh, and if I'm not trading on this account anyways, like, oh, I do want to figure out what I gotta get. For next stream, I'll have the target amount that I need to hit, and I'll let you guys know. But yeah, other than that, thanks for tuning in again. It's great talking to you. I appreciate the input that you give with the links and the information. It really gets me thinking. So yeah, it's cool. Thanks again for stopping by. I will catch you guys on Monday, actually. Not tomorrow, Monday. Thanks. Peace out.